Welcome back to the Meydan Free Zone podcast, where we discuss the businesses that are innovating the Dubai business landscape. I'm your host, Maria, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most pressing challenges that any business faces, financial management. Joining us today is Khalid Radi, the CEO of Mazid. He brings over 15 years of experience in fintech, financial management, and corporate governance. Thank you so much for joining me today, Khalid. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me today here.
So I wanted to start discussing with you, when we talk about businesses, especially MSMEs, a lot of the times I think maybe finance sometimes is too hyper-focused or they don't pay attention to it. What are the challenges that you think, especially MSMEs, should really be aware of, especially in the beginning stages as they're scaling up when it comes to their financial management?
Financial management is a challenging thing for entrepreneurs and SMEs, especially for SMEs. One of the biggest mistake I see they do is start a business without a business plan.
Yeah.
And this is a big mistake. Most of the people, they think it is unnecessary, complicated, but in fact is one of the most important steps even before getting a trade license.
Yeah.
A good business plan answers very critical questions like what you're gonna sell, who's your customer, what's your budget, what is your projected cash flow, and the most important question is what is your runway, how much or how long you can sustain your business operation with your available cash. Without having a business plan, there is a quote says, failing to plan is a plan to fail, And without a business plan, many challenges will come up like tax compliance, like cash flow management, and financial visibility. Without a real-time accurate financial data and insights, your decision most probably will be based on guesswork and not based on data.
One of the things you were saying is you have to have a proper business plan. But I've seen a lot of companies, for example, I don't know if you agree with this approach, but I think you can have both a situation where you have a large capital injection at the beginning and you've planned properly and maybe what you're going to do in different timelines, how you're going to spend that, how you're going to manage all your finances. But there's also that one where you're in a deficit. So you're probably going to be making losses, but as long as the losses are smaller and smaller at different timelines, then that shows also success. Can you tell us a bit about the different approaches that companies could take down the line, and how they can see if they're being financially viable? Because, you could start with 100,000 and realistically that's all you need for maybe the first year. But if you're not doing there's no KPI or a metric that you're looking to see if this is going to be viable for more than 1, 2, 3 years, then, that capital injection is useless.
That's why financial management and having financial insight is very important to you. Most of the businesses fail not because they are selling a bad product. It's most probably because bad financial decision or bad planning.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of business owners, they're focusing on the revenue and the sales. They're doing very high sales and revenue, but they are not focusing on the profitability. For example, we have a client, we manage his financial. He came to us and at that time, he has very good number of sales, but at the end of the month, he's struggling with a negative cash flow. He doesn't know where the money goes. Once he joined us and we analyze what he's doing, where's the problem, material waste of his restaurant and his cost was out of control. So once he starts using Mazid and managing his finance properly and manage his cash flow, costs, expenses, and all of this stuff, his expenses went down and his profit margin improved and he starts seeing profits from his business and hard work.
It doesn't matter how much passion you have for the business. You might not be, let's say, financially savvy or have all of the information necessary to make sure to see where am I wasting so much money? Because the business could be making a ton of money at the end of the day, but then maybe you have very high customer acquisition costs. I see that a lot of the times, especially with e-commerce businesses that invest heavily on e-commerce marketing. And then they get maybe 1 or 2 consistent people. They're spending a lot on ad spends, but doesn't really match the expectations of how much money you're actually investing to get them to even buy at the first round. What would you say are the trigger or the warning signs that businesses should be aware of when they have to start, re-strategizing their financial management or looking into different ways and maybe cost saving, or maybe we're spending too much in this? Because I also want to, understand what point would I want to now start using Mazid?
If you are a business owner and once you see these signs, you need to change or upgrade your accounting system or financial management solution. First thing, once your accountant calls you more than your wife's, because if your accountant chasing you all the time and calling you, or you call your accountant all the time to ask him about any specific information, this costs you time, and time is value.
Money at the end of the day.
The second thing, if your tax filing is pending and you have last minute tax filing all the time. The third one is if there's a delay in your financial insights and reports. Because even if this information accurate, but it is outdated, it has no value.
Yeah.
You can't take decisions based on outdated information. Also, if you are spending time fixing a report, analyzing financial report, more than focusing growing your business, this is a big sign. It's a time to change your accounting solution or system.
There's a gap somewhere in your finance management.
It's a lot of time from you, which is you need to focus on your what matters to you, which is growing your business, right?
We see that a lot as well with, entrepreneurs that are sometimes, it's not even that they're not aware that they have an issue with finance. Sometimes they're very aware, but because they have that, I think of it as like the baby syndrome. An entrepreneur, when they create their business, they have to take care of. They might not be savvy in finance, but even though they're aware, won't even reach out to someone else because they have to do it. They have to figure it out. And again, like you said, that costs money, that costs time, that costs a lot of other resources that you really could be putting in towards something that you're better at. Maybe you as a CEO or as an entrepreneur in general, a founder, are better in the marketing side or in the sales side, not in the finance. So I think it's also very important, and that's why I'm really glad that Meydan has this partnership with Mazid, is for entrepreneurs and founders to really recognize when they need support, no matter what kind of department or what issue they're facing with their business. And to our audience that doesn't know, why Mazid? Mazid is known as more than an accounting software solution, but what does it do that, really makes it a game changer for businesses?
Mazid is the first in the region that combine between technology with a human expert, which is very important. Imagine you have the best car in the world. If you don't know how to drive it effectively, it has no value, right?
No, what's the point? It's just a nice trinket.
The same thing for accounting. The same thing for accounting. If you have an accounting solution or software and you don't know how to use it, it's useless. It has no value. So that's why we combine the technology with the human expert to guide you, starting from how to use the software, setting up your account, chart of accounts, all the way to tell the financial report and the tax filing. The second thing is, we know the business owners, the entrepreneurs, they are on the move all the time, and they are busy all the time. That's why we have developed a very user-friendly mobile application. From the mobile application, you can check all your financial report and insights, starting from your sales, taxes, expenses, cash flow, report, dashboard, easily from anywhere at any time. And we're using the AI. AI today is very important and very powerful technology.
Especially in finance.
Yeah, especially in finance. So AI helps you to save a lot of time and costs, by the way, by automate all the manual work, the repetitive tasks like data entry, consume a lot of time from you or your accountant. And last but not least, it is localized and tailored to the market. So we have tailored features and reports that meet the business needs and meet the tax regulations and compliance.
And one of the things you were mentioning is, of course, with the AI. So now in the UAE, a lot of people sometimes don't realize, especially when they're about to start business, the realities of corporate tax. And now, regulations between mainland and free zones differ depending, and even between free zone to free zone sometimes. What role does Mazid play for a client, especially on the tedious aspect of, collecting all of the information for VAT, for any other corporate tax or compliance issues? You have to have what's it called, corporate tax registration, all of those things. Can you tell a little bit to our clients and to our audience how Mazid supports them in that?
I've seen many entrepreneurs suffering from this point.
It's because they're not informed.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Tax regulation is, getting evolving all the time, changing from time to time. There's a lot of information, and definitely you need an expert. This is 100% to avoid any problem or penalties in the future. Today we have VAT, we have corporate tax, and in the future we we're going to see new type of taxes.
Oh,
right?
no.
So yeah, definitely it's coming. How we can help? First thing with our software, utilizing or leveraging the AI and automating most of the manual process, starting from tax calculation, tax reporting, transaction entry, data entry, and save a lot of time for you, and it avoid any problem and panic when it comes to the tax season. On top of that, we have a tax expert. We have a certified tax agent. So all Mazid clients has access to these agents or these experts where they can guide you, whether in the registration, whether in the filing, corporate tax filing, or any issue you have. Even if you have an audit from the FTA, they can help you and guide you in the process of the tax filing.
So like a designated compliance manager for them, or
there's mainland and there is a free zone, there is normal free zone, there is designated free zone. And each one has its own regulations, its own percentage. Some designated zone, they can still pay zero corporate tax based on certain activities or certain
that's how Meydan
criteria.
Yeah, that's how Meydan Free Zone is, because it is a designated free zone. But unfortunately, I feel sometimes a lot of people see the UAE and they say, there's no tax at all. But the reality is people, especially those that are wanting to start a business, they need to be informed and they need to be aware that there is things like corporate tax, VAT. There are sometimes different things, for example, customs taxes as well. I'm glad at least that Meydan clients can benefit from Mazid services and, have a designated compliance or a tax business manager that they can help them throughout all of this. And I wanted to understand the client journey. If I, let's say, opened a business now in Meydan and wanted to use your services, how would that be? I say to you, hey, I have all of this going on. Can someone come and assist me? Or do I just go into the application and only when I need support from an expert, will they reach out to me? How does that manage?
Just visit our website and you can start for free, totally free. We have a free package where you can use the system. You can issue your invoices, professional invoices, and you can manage your invoices, customers, and you can manage part of your financial management.
Okay.
Once you start using Mazid and see the automation, you will never go back to your manual accounting. I can guarantee this one.
Oh, no, 100%. And I mean, Mazid has served over 3,000 different businesses and has how many? Over 6-something transactions? What was it?
It's almost 7 million transactions.
Exactly. And that's a testament to how effective the actual business is and the services are. So I'm really glad about this partnership because at the end of the day, it's a critical part that can either make or break any business. But now I wanted to ask, with the success that Mazid's had and how many clients you have actually supported and improved them, potentially even helped them scale through cost-effective solutions and different financial management schemes, what is a success story that you would be comfortable to share? Something that maybe through Mazid's financial management and expert consulting that they said that business was about to maybe flop and now look at them, they're doing incredibly well. You don't have to name names, of course.
We have helped a lot of business owners or entrepreneurs during the last 6 years. And we have many success story, but I can recall one. It was in the e-commerce and they started with us from day one. Literally from day one. There are 2 young men started a business in the e-commerce selling a product, and we've managed their inventory. We have integration with, they are selling on Shopify, and we have full integration with Shopify between Mazid and Shopify. And we manage their inventory, their finances. And today, without mentioning a name, as you say, today, mashallah, their business is worth millions, hundreds of millions. And still they are with us. And we are very proud actually to partner with such a company or a business. And we help them to grow. We've seen them from day one. They were like only them. They are in the business doing everything. Now they're kind of like a company of 50 headcounts doing turnover millions every year.
Yeah.
And this is very nice, and it helped us to continue empowering the SMEs.
Yeah, and it's incredible. I think you would agree. Being able to partner with other companies and see them grow thanks to the support that each of them are giving to one another, right? And with the amount of companies that Mazid's helped, I'm sure you have thousands of success stories. But that's why I'm so excited with this partnership as well, because at the end of the day, the partnership between Mazid and Meydan Free Zone, that's the whole point, to get the company's operations ready, to support them in their business journey, make sure that they're not you get your license and then bye. You want partners that are going to help see a future with you, grow with you, help you scale. And like this a success story you just told us, ends up making millions. And in Dubai, it's one of the few places in the world where that's possible, but it does come with, recognizing your strong suits, your weak points, and finding those partners that can really support you in the long term at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So Khalid, you had mentioned a few times, the role AI has in Mazid's effective solutions for different entrepreneurs and for different MSMEs. Can you tell us a little bit about what you see in the future, especially when we're seeing a lot of companies, even those that aren't even related to finance, but integrate AI into their service solutions? What is the future for that, especially in your industry?
I believe with AI, accounting is moving from static reporting status to real-time conversational between you and the AI. For example, now the accounting is no more reactive. It's going to be proactive. So imagine you can chat with your financial data. You can ask the AI, what was my top expense last month, or how much I have to pay VAT this filing. And the AI can answer you with a second with very precise information. Before, people used to use the accounting software as a tool where you store the data and generates the report whenever you want. And you spend hours analyzing these data. Now the AI analyzes it in a second and gives you a powerful tool to help you grow and take decisions very fast, very smart, and informative decisions, save you costs and save you money and improve your financial operation efficiency.
Of course, and I think it also has a very important aspect of forecasting as well. If you've had now 2, 3, maybe 4 months and you're seeing there's like a drop in what you're doing, maybe your sales or things, you can work with the algorithm at Mazid, or in general, I'm just saying AI, you can maybe, like you said, have a conversation with it and see, hey, I'm looking, this trend is going down every month. What are the suggestions? Where are the flaws in this? Is there something that maybe we're missing? And then hopefully, I don't know, I haven't used, me personally, Mazid services yet, but from your experience, maybe it could be suggesting there's a cash flow issue in this that has been ignored, or there's this that's been ignored. You need to stop putting in more money or removing money. You're over budgeting for this aspect.
Exactly.
Whereas this is, being overlooked.
Exactly.
And you can kind of balance your direction from there.
Now, we're working on something called AI Financial Advisor. So where you can ask him anything about your data. AI alone is not enough. Without a human, AI can save time, can help you in financial insights. But when it comes to, a critical or strategic financial decision, a human insight is needed.
Yeah.
Very important.
At the end of the day, a lot of people get worried that AI is going to overtake everything in every aspect of humanity. But like you said, it's supportive in nature and complementary. You have to have one for the other to be effective and vice versa. And the AI, I think, is so supportive and is great, like you said, to not only save time and potentially save costs in different aspects, but at the end of the day, a bot can only say so much about something. It comes down to us to really give the empathy, or at least understand and rationalize the information there, because it's just giving us the information and facts. What are we going to do with that information?
Exactly.
And as a founder and entrepreneur, that's super key, especially when you're deciding what direction you're going to go with your business.
How we can combine the human with the technology and the AI.
I think I'm happy with keeping them separate at the moment and them just supporting. I don't know if I want to have them combined. That might be too powerful for my liking.
It's artificial intelligence and human intelligence, right?
Yeah, I know, but that's why I like that there are definite separations between them. But we never know. Finance might make the change there, but we'll see. But Khalid, just to end off today, is there anything that our audience can really look forward to with regards to Mazid, what it's planning to do maybe this year in 2025, or anything else, especially regarding this partnership that they can look forward to?
We have a goal from day one is to simplify the financial management for entrepreneurs and SMEs, because finance and tax is it's a bit like complicated for business owner and something not easy to manage and boring. So this is our goal from day one. For Meydan members, what they can get from Mazid is super easy solution, very, very easy and user-friendly solution for their financial management, simplifying their financial management, saving their time to focus on what matters on their business, which is growing their business, and advanced technology and AI, which helps a lot, and support from our team, from our experts whenever needed.
And to those that missed it earlier, if you didn't pay attention, also you can sign up for free and test it out at the beginning.
Yeah, of course.
So definitely there shouldn't be a reason for at least not to engage with the platform, understand what's there. And, you know, to our audience, you never know, this might be the solution that really helps scale your business or grow or make you at least understand the market that you're navigating, especially with the real-time forecasting.
Exactly.
It was so lovely to have you here today. And I'm so grateful that you took some time out of your busy schedule to talk to me. But until then, I'm so excited for this partnership, and hopefully we'll see you soon again to see all the incredible stuff you're doing with the Meydan clients.
Thank you, Maria. It was a pleasure meeting you today, and we talked about very important topic, and hopefully we help the entrepreneurs, giving them insights about how they can manage their financial easily.
To our audience, if you need any support in terms of your financial management, corporate guidance, tax compliance, and anything else that's related, please reach out to Mazid. It might just be the game changer that you need. Join us next time for more insights from those that are revolutionizing the UAE business landscape.